What is going on, guys? It is Drakesy back again with a brand new episode of the Manchester United Career Mode on Soccer Manager 2017. Now, the only problem with this, guys, is this was meant to be episode 16, as you can tell if you've been watching all of the series, but in fact this is kind of episode 17, because stupid me, I recorded the whole episode of episode 16. Well, should I say I didn't record it? That's the problem. I didn't press the record button and I went through the whole episode, went to stop recording at the end and realised that I hadn't recorded any of the footage. So we have gone ahead a few more days into the transfer window, and to be honest, we've made a huge signing. And that's kind of against what you guys wanted because, you know, I did this and then you guys have been commenting and, you know, so anyway, I really am sorry. I was a bit confused what to do. I tried to look for an old save, but I didn't manage to. So we're just going to have to power on as if we've missed an episode. So this is going to be episode 17 because we've missed episode 16, but we're going to call it episode 16. So I'm going to run through what happened last episode. As we can see, last episode we left off, we were going to play Barnet. We managed to play against Barnet and managed to beat them, pushing us through to the next section of the English Cup. So we managed to beat Barnet. Then we got a few offers in for Carrick and stuff. It warned us that the transfer window was closing very soon. We put in a bid for Morata, who you guys suggested, the Spanish Real Madrid striker. And then we also put in a bid for Max Meyer at the same time of Schalke, the young German. The bid was withdrawn from, I can't remember who. Another youth player got promoted, and then Alvaro Morata accepted the offer. We actually got Alvaro Morata into the club. That's right, Alvaro Morata has in fact signed for Manchester United. Now we're going to skip on and show you the few other things. Then we didn't have enough money for Max Meyer. Borussia Dortmund went in for Max Meyer. Schalke turned down the offer and then they went to us, but we'd already bought Morata, so we had no money. It all went a bit crazy. Another player came up through the youth system. So as you can see, a lot kind of went on. I don't believe we removed any more players from the club. I can't remember who it was. Let's just have a look. Yeah. So as you can see, Chelsea came in with an offer for Morgan Schneiderlin of around 11 million. And seeing as though they are title challengers, we went back with a massive offer of 22 million. And as you can expect, they turned that down. So the transfer window is still only open for a very short while, but to be honest, looking at our funds, we can't buy any more players. You guys put forward some great suggestions, but we may have to wait till next transfer window. But as we can see, as I mentioned before, let's go straight to the squad. But as I did mention, let's go straight to this squad, and as we can see here, Alvaro Morata has joined Manchester United. Only 24 years old and 90 rated as a striker, he could be a key player for us this career mode. Before we get too deep into today's episode, as we can see, our next match up is against Man City, so it's a big match. But to be honest, I'm going to try out what some of you guys have commented. Maybe it's a bad idea trying it out in such a big match, some different changes in the team, but to be honest, I want you guys to have a more say in this career mode than other career modes maybe that you watch from other YouTubers. So first of all, we're going to cover some comments that you guys have left. The first comment being by Mikael Crossman, a regular viewer on the channel, and as you can see up on your screen, his comment says, can you please try and play Martial out on the wing instead of in striker and play Sarah Says more. So to be honest, we're going to get straight into that and we're going to go straight to the team. So as you can see here, we have the new team that we are lining up with our brand new player up top, Alvaro Morata. And as I did mention, seeing as though we have signed Morata, we can pretty much play Morata in striker and then we can play Martial out on the wing. Even though Martial is our top goal scorer, I'm happy trying it if you guys want to see it. The next comment came in from another user who watches the show called Danda Panda TV. What an absolute fantastic name that is. But as you can see, his comment said, use Marcus Rojo more, he's up to 96 for me, and send Luke Shaw out on loan. So as you can see, what we've managed to go ahead and do for this team is put Marcus Rojo in at left back for Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is on the bench. I do hear what you're saying, but to be honest, Luke Shaw is a good player, so we probably will play him. So we're not going to put him out on loan, but we will play Marcus Rojo more for you. And a comment that came in from the user mskills, and he said, don't sell Wayne Rooney, play him at centre mid position. Definitely every game he will score or assist. So we're going to put that belief and that theory up to the challenge in this episode. As you can see, our next match is against Man City. Like I said, very, very bad time to probably be trying out new things, but we're lining up with a team that you guys have asked for. You've asked to put Cereces and Marcus Rojo in. You want Wayne Rooney in the centre mid position. You want Martial out on the wing and a brand new striker up top, Morata. Let's see how this team does against Man City. So as you can see, the first Premier League matches are underway today, and it's Everton against Crystal Palace, Chelsea against Arsenal. I'm expecting an Everton and a Chelsea win. Let's see. Ooh, no. So in fact, Arsenal have beat Chelsea. That's fantastic news for us up near the top of the table. But as I did suspect, Everton did beat Crystal Palace. Also, last episode, I don't think I covered this, but we in fact did beat Southampton 4-1. I think there was so many goals, I can't remember who scored, but like I said, I didn't manage to record it, so I am very, very sorry, but I will remember to this time. The English transfer window is closing, so as I did mention, we will scout a few players, but we probably won't be able to sign them, so maybe we'll go ahead and do that now. So we're going to go ahead and scout some players for next transfer window that you guys have recommended. So as you can see, we're going to run through a few comments now. The first comment coming in from the user KMX, and he says by Lemos and Breel Embolo. Now when you do say Lemos, I think you mean this guy Maurizio Lemos. I could be wrong. He's a very, very good defender in real life. You may have seen him on FIFA. I believe he has an 80 rated card this year. Very, very young player at only 21 years old. But what we're going to go ahead and do is add him to shortlist for next transfer window. And now let's get on to the second player that he recommended for us. As we can see, Breel Embolo in real life was actually hinted to coming to Manchester United last transfer window from, I believe he was at Basel. I think he was at Basel, the team. But in fact, he did then transfer to Schalke. Sadly, he's had a massive injury and it looks like he's out for about a year in real life. But in game, he's still fit and healthy, so we're going to add him to shortlist for maybe next transfer window. I'm not going to try and say your second name because I don't want to ruin it once again, so I am truly sorry. But we're going to say he is just called Barat, and he is really hinted to buying this good young player named Admir. I'm going to call him Admir. I may be wrong once again, but we're going to go and check out this guy and see what he's like in game. So as you can see, the player that he recommended is Admir. I'm not going to try and say his last name. Honestly, I am the worst at name pronunciation. But he's a 25-year-old, once again another player from Switzerland like Embolo was. He's 89 rated and he looks like a pretty decent player. Sadly, we don't have the funds to buy him right now, but what we are going to do is add him to shortlist. So that is the wrap up of all the players that you guys have recommended. You recommended maybe a few more, but I have already scouted them and looked at them previously, so I'm not going to cover them. But as I did mention, if you have any that you do want to cover and you do want me to have a look at, then be sure to get them in the comment section below, because I definitely will try and sign them next transfer window when we have a big wad of cash to spend. But as you can see, the next matchup here is against Liverpool and Hull. Fingers crossed Hull can win. Come on, Hull. Ooh, sadly they didn't. Wasn't far off though, only a 2-1 loss. So big news is the transfer window is still open. Maybe we can try and sign a new player, because it looks like Wayne Rooney has had a massive bid put down by RCD Espanyol in the Spanish league. We may even accept this bid, guys. I think we're going to accept this bid. This could be fantastic stuff for the club. So we've just accepted a bid for Wayne Rooney to potentially leave the club. Manager of the month in the Premier League goes to Eddie Howe of Bournemouth. I think he's a fantastic manager. He does deserve that. As we can see, we've got David De Gea, Darmian, Chris Smalling, Blind. 4 of our 5 defence in the bloody team of the month. That is incredible. So we already have 4 players. Juan Mata getting in there as well. No other players, but 5 out of an 11-man team in all the Premier League. We're doing pretty well, guys. We managed to get 5 players into the team. Player of the month goes to David De Gea. He is a fantastic, consistent goalkeeper. He deserves that. And then Victor Fisher, this is a guy that we probably want to check out because he's had the young player of the month 2 months in a row now, I think. So we're probably going to go and check out this guy in a minute. But as we can see, sadly the transfer window has been closed. So as we can see, Espanyol have managed to go in and still managed to somehow try and get the bid through on Rooney. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to do any transfers if this bid does go through. I don't know if it can because the transfer window has closed. So sadly that won't be happening, but hey ho, let's go and check out this Victor Fisher. So as we can see, Victor Fisher, the young player of the Premier League 2 months in a row, is only 22 years old, 87 rated, and looks like a potentially very, very good player indeed. We're definitely going to add him to shortlist and keep an eye on this very, very keen upcoming youngster in the Premier League. So as we can see, we are going into the game against Man City, and a media sports journalist company have come up to us and they've said the quick question of Manchester City are close rivals of yours and the fans of both clubs will be looking forward to the game. How do you think the game will go down? To be honest, seeing as though we have stepped into the role of Jose Mourinho, I want to give a very Jose Mourinho-esque answer. He used to be very, very exciting, but he's kind of gone all depressing now. So to be honest, if I was Jose Mourinho and I'm thinking what he would be saying, he probably would say something along the lines of, I don't like to make predictions, I'm focused on the game. Kind of a boring answer, you know, it's Jose Mourinho though. So as we can see, the big match is coming up. We're probably only going to play one match in this episode, mainly for the reason that we've had so much to cover as I previously mentioned. But I hope you guys are enjoying this, and let's get into the big match for today. As we can see, we are in fact at home at Old Trafford against our big rivals, big City rivals, literally City. Looking at some of their players, incredible. Sergio Aguero is 96 rated. It's unfathomable, guys. His value is 49.16 million. That is unheard of. As you can see, he's a good attacking midfielder as well, and he's amazing at the forward position anywhere. 17 appearances, 9 goals, 4 assists, 1 man of the match. David Silva is 96 rated, Kevin De Bruyne 93, and Sal Niguez, the player that was stolen from us that we really wanted to buy, is 91. As I previously mentioned, this is the team that we're going in for. We're going to go in with this kind of layout. This was recommended to us by another user and watcher of the videos. I say user, I mean viewer. But as we can see, these are the recommended tactics that we were told to use. So if you do want to try out some next episode that you think I should change up, let me know and we'll go from there. As you can see, their lineup looks fantastic indeed. It's a big attendance at Old Trafford, 75,000. Come on guys, we need this win. So the match is in fact underway and Juan Mata has kicked off. Looks like a corner for us. Mata swings in the ball. Who's managed to score the goal? Mkhitaryan, a guy that has come in form in real life, manages to score a goal. Kolarov swings the ball in and sadly they've managed to pull one back with Kompany, the head of all heads, huge head. Another corner coming in. Imagine that, 3 goals all from corners, but yeah, Kompany's never going to miss a header with a head that size. No offence, but it's a big head. Another corner coming in from Kolarov here, come on, get it out. De Gea is there to save it. So as we can see, 1-1 at half time, doing pretty well so far. Nobody's too low on fitness, really just yet. So we're going to carry on with this same lineup and then maybe do some substitutions a bit later on. So as you can see, we've managed to get to the 77th minute and nothing has happened. Quite boring so far. So we've come out of the game to make 3 substitutions. We're subbing off Pogba, Rooney and Mata. Going to bring on Herrera, Thiago and Zlatan, the big man, up in the centre attacking mid position. Our substitutions are coming on the pitch as we speak. Fingers crossed they could be the change up in the game. Coming up to the last minute, looks like it could end 1-1. It has in fact ended 1-1. Now, I am going to hold somebody to a comment that they did say, and that was M Skills. He did in fact say that if we play Wayne Rooney in the centre mid position, he will get a goal or an assist every game. He didn't manage to get a goal or an assist in this game, so you're not on track so far with your theory, but we will hold on to him. We'll let him play out a few more games, seeing as though we have to hold on to him. He is a legend as well, so if he doesn't manage to get a goal or assist, he may be getting dropped out the team very, very soon. As you can see in net though, we managed to get a 10 rating, 10 out of 10 for David De Gea. A fantastic performer in net, probably one of our favourite players in this career mode. But to be honest, looking at the stats guys, it was domination all round for Man United against Man City. 16 shots to their 6 shots, 10 shots on target to their 3 shots. We pretty much dominated overall in the shots category, and we beat them in possession as well. Some other big results from today: Southampton beating Stoke 5-0, Tottenham up there with a 4-0 victory, Arsenal are smashing the league at the moment, Chelsea look like they're struggling with a 1-0 victory over pretty easy opponent Sunderland, and West Brom and all the rest of the teams not doing too bad either. But we are going to skip ahead now and have a quick look at the table. As we can see where we sit at the moment, we are tying with our big rivals who we've just played, Man City. They're only ahead of us at the moment through goal difference, but we're creeping up slowly, and we will finally overtake them. I'm not talking about kind of players that we need to sign. If you do have any players that you do want me to sign, though, get them down and we will definitely scout them out. But I am talking about tactics, I'm talking about ways of playing, I'm talking about different kinds of things, and we'll go from there definitely. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you in a bit.